Good morning and welcome to A-1 Vacuum and Sewing's live stream for Thursday, May 15th. Just a quick note, we remain about a week out in sewing service and a couple of days out in vacuums depending upon parts availability, etc. This is also a reminder if there's anybody that is contemplating a purchase, you need to get in touch with me before of sewing machines. You need to get in touch with me before June 1st. Because we are, and I don't know what those price increases are going to be, but we are facing those price increases at Brother on June 1. So if anybody's on the fence and wants to have that conversation, let's have that conversation sooner than later. And we'll see what happens. You ready, babe? No. I just asked Jeannie, I was like, am I ever going to ask that question and have the response be yes? And I think that answer is no.
Okay, here I come. Here I come. What do I need to bring? I will never be ready.
You look like a sunrise.
On the ocean?
Or like the old colors of the Toyota Tacoma.
And I usually don't wear like yellows, but I really like
She always goes,
every once in a while.
Yellow's not my color, but then she wears yellow and it looks good.
I don't know about that. All right. I finished this last night. The video was a fail. And the only reason the video was a fail is because I kept hitting pause and I thought I was recording. And then I hit record and I thought I was pausing. So I was like, I did a whole chunk. And then I looked and I was like, I never hit the record button. And then I'd look and I'd be like, I'd be walking around the room, making noise, being stupid. And then I'd look and it'd be recording. Oh no.
And you didn't realize until after the fact?
Yes, and it kept happening. I was like, I was not in sync. I don't know what was going on. So I don't even know if it's going to get posted. But what I was doing was I was working on this. This is section 1 of Spangled Beauty. And I was looking at it in the car as we were driving here, and I was like, oh, it's so sweet. I just love it. So things that are really special with this is this like right here is from the embellishment kit. So there's denim in it. I've never had denim in my quilt before, in this quilt. Lace, never did lace before, so those were kind of fun. I was a little scared doing it for the first time because I was like, am I putting this down right? And then the spacing on it scared me a little bit because they show some space in between, but you really do have to put it on the stitch lines and it is going to overlap a little bit. If you don't overlap, then you're not going to have enough room for it to be pieced without the edges getting stitched in. And the quilting, I did fix I had a special spreadsheet for this sew along. And instead of putting like filler block 4, filler block 1, I put filter box 4 and fillet 1.
What's going on?
I was drinking heavily. I'm just kidding. I wasn't drinking. I don't drink and sew because that doesn't go well in my book. I know some people really like to have a glass of wine and sew, but I can't do that.
We had a customer,
I struggle as it is.
We had a customer that would come in for her classes, and finally at one point we were like, have you been drinking?
I don't remember that.
And she was like, I get so stressed out. I have to have 2 glasses of wine before I come to class.
Aww. It shouldn't be stressful.
But
Drinking to
but
me
then
would be
later
stressful.
we were like, should she be drunk?
I don't even remember that. I don't remember.
You just thought it
I
was
can't.
so
I
funny.
cannot stitch impaired, but it's super sweet. And if you feel like joining in, we have fabric kits, embellishment kits, and everything, and you can join in anytime. I'm gonna continue stitching, and I will post the videos. I do have. I'm gonna do sew along for this on Monday. I haven't sent you out anything yet because I feel like I'm going to do a little bit of stitching this week. So I just wanted to know which blocks I'm going to, maybe I'll just make the decision. And I'll be like, these are the blocks that we're going to do. And I'll let you know which ones I'm going to stitch during the week. I'm going to do the easy ones, the ones where I'm like, you don't need any help for that. And maybe we'll start off with ones that are a little more complicated. Like we'll do the 8-point stars in the sew along. We'll do, I'll do maybe one of the frames because I want to do one of them. Kind of excited about the ones with the frames. Not that those are complicated. They're not. And then there's the ribbon, the one with the hanging ribbon. The ribbon waterfall. That one I'll do with you. And hopefully GC will be on because I think she's already done it and then she can talk us through because she helped us with this one. Just keep in mind when I stitch these out, I'm doing it for the first time. I've never done it before. And that's why some of your instruction might be poor.
I love that it's just like, yeah, that's why sometimes it doesn't work out.
and the other reason your instruction might be poor is because I have poor reading comprehension. So, but we have fun. And what I love about the sew-alongs is it's a time for you to set aside to sew. Because I know for me, sometimes it's hard to set aside that time. And the other thing is, if you're not doing Star Spangled Beauty, do it.
You should be.
No, but the other part is if you, it's also a good time for you to just work on something else. You can treat it like a sit and sew. Sit and sew, whatever you want to sit and sew. Because it's a good community of people. I love it because you guys get on there, you're all chatty with each other, and like you know each other even though you don't
What's
know
so
each
funny
other.
is watching people that like have never met, like refer to people's grandkids by name.
Your date.
I just changed it. I always add a day to the date, and I forgot that the date was wrong yesterday.
Congratulations, Miss Karen. So, is there BES silver? Michelle, how should I answer that?
Yes, there will be.
There will be. So Michelle's doing one final round of, and I don't know if it's going to be final, but she's doing a
It
round.
is going to be final because they're not going to do anything more with PE design. So,
Okay, she's
the
doing,
last live one.
it's going to be the last live round of,
PE design and palette 11.
yeah, and you know what? We'll finish up, and then I'll have Michelle come over, and we'll ask her questions, because I know you had questions about the patch class. We'll talk about software. I don't have too much to talk about, so Patrick and I will just wrap it all up, and then we'll get Michelle up here. Susan didn't like the ribbon block. You don't
What's
like
the ribbon block?
I think the pieces are kind of like, they're not sewn down. We'll just do it though. It'll be something new. Delta, they're not always good. I got a note from Trudy. She's like, I have looked everywhere and cannot find the last video for, and I can't remember if it was 2 Scoops or Shout Hooray. And I'm like, oh, because it's a UFO. Both of those. So if you're looking for the last video for either of those UFOs,
You got to figure it out. It's time for you. What was that?
Lindsay taught me that.
What's that for?
That's we have a special hand motion in the store.
What, this?
Yeah.
That's from like, what is that from though?
Lindsay, what's this from? Wait, I can't even do it.
Friends.
Oh, Friends!
Ross and Monica would do it to each other.
When would
Yeah,
they
it's
do
like-
it?
Like it'd be like instead of saying like.
Oh, is it a bad like? Sorry. I didn't mean that. I don't know. I didn't know. Patrick, we were both doing it. We didn't know. We weren't saying anything bad. I just thought it was kind of a fun thing. Like we're being fun. Oh man.
Ignorance is not an excuse. Isn't that like part of the law? You're like, I didn't know it was illegal to do that.
I didn't know that was saying something bad to you. In my book, that was
Dudica
just
knew.
fun. Dudica did? Shoot. I don't know why. I never got into Friends. It just wasn't my thing.
Any comedy with a laugh track is not that funny.
What?
That's the
I
problem.
loved like Cheers. I thought Cheers was so good. I loved Family Ties.
Yeah, but Cheers was filmed in front of a live audience, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Cheers was filmed in front of a live audience. So like some of that stuff was filmed in front of a live audience, and like that's funny. Cheers was funny.
People loved Friends.
I will never in my life understand that.
Patrick.
Well, it's fine. It's just so different than what I found entertaining. But like
What'd you find entertaining? What were you watching? Hot Dog.
Hot Dog was funny. Hot Dog was funny. Airplane was funny. Blazing Saddles, hysterically funny. I don't know. Like, Friends didn't do it for me. There's no judgment on anybody who watched Friends.
It wasn't his thing.
Didn't do it for me. I also feel like I was too young for Friends. But
do you ever video putting sleeves on the back of wall hangings? I put a sleeve on the back of a Janine Babic design because if it calls for it, then I might do it. If you want to see or learn about putting sleeves on the back of a wall.
Marlene just got her passport. And Marlene,
do you
did
know
you
I
say?
was talking?
Yeah.
Did you realize I was answering
I did,
that
and
question?
I was just excited about what she said. Sorry. You're right. Yes, dear. Where are you going?
So.
But I love you.
Okay. I don't even remember who was where Karen. No, it wasn't Karen. Who was asking about sleeves? Michelle Burritt and Gail discussed that in one of their quilt talks, and they did a demo and talked about how to do that. So I know nothing. A lot of times I don't do any hangers, and I just clip. Path of least resistance. So, because I can manage binding, but barely. So, watch that. There's one quilt talk that they did all about sleeves. And if we have something coming up where that's part of the instructions, I usually will do it. I have done it, but I am no expert.
What was the questionable screen name?
Are we talking about Eaton Beaver?
Oh, yeah.
I can't even. I just say it fast just to get it out there. And yes, we did have that questionable screen name.
And Margaret's saying there are lots of videos about how to make sleeves.
Yes.
It's all on YouTube these days.
It's all on YouTube. People come in and ask me stuff and how to do stuff because there's a lot of stuff I've never done. And I'm like, let's ask the internet. So when I don't know how to do something, I just go to the internet. Because there's so much out there. But this, very cute. I will be working on this week. The scallop. I know Marlene said she was done with it. I'm going to try and do the scallop. And maybe if I have time, I'll practice it first. I think that's the kind of thing I have to practice because I've never done a scallop before either.
I feel like you've had lots of learning moments in the last 10 days.
I don't know if I would call them learning moments.
You're calling them epic fails is what you've been calling
I've had
them,
a
but
lot
I think
of
they're learning
epic
moments.
I've had a lot of epic fails.
They're learning moments. That's what you should call them.
No, they're epic fails, and they make me angry. They make me angry because they waste my time. I did a short this morning, and it was kind of fun. I did hooping on the 5x flash frame, the 5x7 flash frame, and I did it like 5 times because I did too fast, I did too slow, I did it horizontally, and then learned I needed to do it vertically.
The Goldilocks version of.
And then I did it just right. Yeah, and then I did it just right. I do want to show you one thing because it came in yesterday, and I was like, I don't always buy this kind of stuff, but I bought this because it looks so cute, and it came in, and I'm like, I'm going to do that. And it'll be a sew-along, but you don't even need me for a sew-along because you're literally just sewing the front to the back. But this came in yesterday. I won't do it until, I mean, it's for Halloween. I'm not going to do it until June or July. But get it now. This is called Witch's Boots Felt Panel. I love Teresa. What's her name? The designer that does this, I love her because her stuff is kind of whimsical. Teresa, how do you say her last name? Kogut?
Kogut.
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 Kogut. Teresa, if you're watching, I love you. I love you. So, but I'm going to show you this. Because what it is, I mean, there's other stuff in here, but it's these Halloween booties. They're like Halloween stockings. They're big, too. So if you love Halloween and you love decorating for Halloween.
They could be a cool candy bag, right? Or do they make bags? Well, you don't hang stockings for Halloween.
Yes, you do. You can.
But you need to.
But you could be. They could be a candy bag for like the little one. You could put like a strap on it. It could be their candy bag because they're big. Except not for my kids. My kids needed the pillowcase because they like went out and they were out for like hours.
And then
that's such a good idea, baby. I'm not used to you having great sewing ideas.
And then the Great Pumpkin would come and eat their candy.
We were the Great Pumpkin. That was us. We told them, we were like, the Great Pumpkin comes. So you pick out 10 pieces of candy that you love, and then you put the whole basket on the back step, and the Great Pumpkin will take your candy and then give you a toy.
And we used to throw that Halloween party, so we'd wake up like hungover the day after Halloween and be like, we've got to put it. It was raining so many times.
We were prepared. But
we were prepared.
The candy that we took went in the laundry room, and then he and I'd be eating it, doing the laundry and eating all the candy all year. We just told our kids that recently. Okay, ready? Look how cool this panel is. I'm not done. Yeah, we're still going. So see how big these are? That, Patrick, is a great idea. So you can do front to back. So these are meant so you do front to back. You just sew them together. They have little tabby tabs. Where are the tabs? Don't they have oh, here. Here are the little hangers. But like Patrick said, oh my God, how cute would that be to like, you could line it, you could not line it, but you could line it and then put a little strap, and your little one could go trick-or-treating with that bag. How cute would that be? Oh, my goodness. The other thing I love about these, upside down.
Well, but it's upside down and right side up. Like now this is upside down.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at is I'm looking at all the characters, and now they're all right side up. So it has like the little characters, and I'm not really sure what you would do with it, but you could applicate it on stuff. They're so cute. If you look at like what they have,
they call the characters your ghoul friends.
Your ghoul friends, and they framed them. So this thing is cute, and we'll do it. I mean, because I imagine like we could do this pretty fast. I wonder if we should like line it. If we should do like a little lining and turn it right side out.
It's got to be up on the website because it's badged.
Is it? Huh?
Okay. So it's Riley Blake Witch's Boots.
Yeah, and just know I just got in 6 because I just wanted to check it out, but I just ordered more yesterday. Riley Blake is taking like 2 weeks to ship to me. So this is like, don't expect this for maybe like 3 weeks, but it could be faster than that. I just got shipping confirmation on other stuff. I think now that they moved their warehouse, it should be quicker, but we will stitch this. It's so sweet. It's felt. It's felt. So you don't have to worry about it fraying. It's a felt panel. But I do think it would be really cute if we did, I
was gonna fold it along.
but I wanted to show him this ghoul friend. Because look how cute she is. And I don't know, what could we, I mean, you could applique them on other things, but it is super sweet. I love it. I wanted to wait until I got in it, but see how they framed some of the pictures up here? So you could do something and like frame it. It could be decor. It can be anything we want it to be. Okay.
I don't know how that went in there.
I don't know either. We're gonna just.
Is that yours? Is that one yours?
Not if somebody wants it right now. I'm folding it and putting it back. Let's grab Michelle because I know some people have questions for her about the class.
About patches,
You're gonna have to wait
etc.
on this. Don't be.
Hey, Michelle.
Yes.
You want to come on over, and I will step on out.
Isn't this so cute? I just love it.
Ooh, what is that?
This was the stocking thing that we had yesterday.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it yesterday.
Ah.
Hello, hello, hello. So to kind of clarify some of the questions, the Software 101 for newbies, PE Design Palette 11, I'm going to run a live Zoom session of it one more time. And after that, I will probably do some recordings, but I can't guarantee that because I'm kind of behind on recordings. So unless they change something within the program of PE Designer Palette 11, I probably won't do another live Zoom session. As far as BES, yes, I have lots of plans for that. I have gathered a bunch of notes and I'm putting stuff together. I used to have a full program for it, but now BES Silver has more stuff in it, so I have to kind of revise it somewhat. I was going to try to include pretty much all the BESs together, but I don't think I can do that. But I do have something coming up that I'm almost finished with, but not quite, for BES is the Simply Applique software, and that is how to take a file, scan it, and make an embroidery design out of it. Now, the embroidery design can be an applique, it can be whatever you want it to be. That software has that ability to do that, and you just need one step. You scan it in your Scan and Cut, you send it to the software. It comes in as an embroidery design. And from there, you do whatever you want with them. Make an applique, make a fill stitch, make a satin stitch, whatever.
If they don't have Simply Applique, is this just going to be for people with Simply Applique?
The Simply Applique class.
BES people can't do it, and
they can do it, but
PE Design people can't do it?
No, PE Design people can't do it because that's a different software. And actually, I cover making an applique in the PES class. In the PE Design class. So you can't mix softwares because everybody's going to be all over the place. There's no one, the methodology is not the same. So in the PE Design Software 101 class, we do create appliques, we create patches, we create badges, we create a lot of stuff. But what we don't do is I don't just give you a tutorial on how to make something and not tell you what else the tools will do, because that's the difference. Is learning the tools is kind of freedom because you can make whatever you want with the tools, not just one project. So Simply Applique is a completely different software program, and that is I would say it would be kind of comparable to, I think it's pretty much comparable to Embrilliance. It might have a couple more features, but I think it has less steps to create an applique because that's what it was created for. It was created to pair flawlessly with the Scan and Cut. Doesn't have to be the newest Scan and Cut. It just pairs with the Scan and Cut. It has some built-in fonts. It has some basic shapes. It has just some basic stuff in it. So if you have no software, you're kind of software terrified, then Simply Applique is usually a good fit for you. What you do have to remember with the BES products, they are not upgradable. There aren't modules. So if you think you want more software, or you might want more software, I would always say go with like BES Silver because that's going to have everything that BES has in it. And there's a lot. They added, it's a very robust program now. It was before, it's better now. but there's 222 built-in fonts along with everything else, but none of the fonts are the same as in PE Design.
Wow.
So that kind of takes your 120 fonts in PE Design that are pre-digitized and 222 other fonts that are pre-digitized. And so PE Design is more utilitarian fonts. BES Silver is more artsy-fartsy fonts.
Wow,
It's,
that
you know,
sounds
so
like fun too.
it is fun. It's a lot of fun. It was a great program. I'm glad that they actually did something with it that kind of brought it into, you know, what people are wanting to do now. So is it coming? Yes. I am not going to start any long-term software class until at least the fall, because nobody shows up during the summer.
Summertime, whenever we do stuff, nobody's there.
So on the BES Silver, I'm not sure that it will be 10 sessions like the PE Design class is, because PE Design just has more features in it. But how I create and you know, kind of expand on a software class is I don't want that class to just teach you how to do one thing. I want the class in its entirety to teach you how to use the software and what the tools do and how to mix those tools together to get something you might want. So you want a patch, we'll make a patch. You want a name tag, that we'll make a name tag. You want to put your name with 3D puff letters, we put the name with 3D puff letters. We bring all of the tools and put them together. So in that aspect, I would expect that the BES Silver would be at least 8 sessions. I do kind of actually put some projects in there for you, and then anyone that's taken the PE Design class knows that at the end, on the last class, I give you 5 assignments that you must complete and turn in before you can take an advanced software class. And that's just so that we can keep growing your skills and take those skills and put them into projects. And the reason I do that as well is because if you've gone through 10 classes and you've done all the homework and now you want to do a more advanced design, that's not a place for someone that's only opened their software once. It's, you know, it's not going to do any good to either one of you. So it's going to be in BES Silver. Now, I try not to read the comments as I'm talking because I lose my train of thought. So if I don't answer your question, just send me an email or call the store and I'll answer the question. Or because I can't see the chat after the fact. In BES Silver is full. It's got all of the different features that I'm going to talk about in the BES Silver class. If you have BES for Dream software, can you take it? Yes. Just understand that there will be parts that you don't have because it's not quite the same as BES Silver. If you have BES Blue, again, you're going to have a lot of the features that are in BES Silver, but you're not going to have them all. So with BES for Dream, there was 3 power packs that went with that. If you have all 3 power packs, you almost have Silver. But if you don't have the power packs, you know, I think most of them are not available anymore. But it's comparable. So if you wanted to kind of learn about your BES Dream for Dream, yeah, that's a possibility. But just you have to understand that I will be covering all of the features in Silver, and those versions of BES before that won't have all the features. Simply Applique just has. It's such a condensed program that I really feel like it's doing a disservice to that customer to put them in with the others, with the other softwares, because the other BES programs have so much more. They have more things in them. So that's why Simply Applique first. Because Simply Applique is kind of a standalone on its own. And right now everybody's doing I think the terminology is copyrighted, so I'm not sure I can use it, but I'm going to use it anyway. The Snaplique thing. And BES Simply Applique was designed to do that probably about 8 years ago. So I do have a couple of things coming up with that. So let's see if I can. Oh, thank you. So I have I have 2 patch classes currently on the schedule. One patch class is called Patches in Artspira with Your Brother Wireless Machine. The title tells you what you need. You need Artspira, you need a Brother wireless embroidery machine. Some of the embroidery machines have the shield, and so we'll be using that to create the patch. Some embroidery machines don't have that. They only have the shape, so that's how we'll be creating the patch in that class. And then I also put a class on the schedule for, I just threw it out there because I thought maybe some of you might like to have some fun in the early summer months with patches. Patches are really popular right now, and I'm really glad because I've loved patches forever. But I thought I'm going to do a patch class for the people that have already taken the PE Design 11, Palette 11, Software 101. It's going to be just a 2-session class, but we're going to make patches utilizing the tools in the software. So what does that mean? So the patch class, yes, you can do the patch class on a sketch. You have to actually make sure the arts, well, if you're using your sketch, your Artspira is connected to it. So we're not doing anything big on that patch class at Artspira. When I take it into PE Design and I bring that software element into a class, I don't want to just do something that's going to keep me structured by buying a design, an embroidery design that's already created as a patch, meaning I'm either going to sew it onto patch fabric or it was designed as freestanding lace, essentially, in the patch form so that I didn't have to have anything but stabilizer behind it. Because now I'm looking at a design that might be a jacket back, like in a jumbo hoop on a multi-needle machine. And I don't really want to hoop that jacket because that jacket has stretch in it, and I know for a fact that no matter how much stretch is or is not in that denim jacket, it's going to pucker. When I look at putting 300,000 stitches on it in a jumbo hoop, it's going to pucker. But what if I could take that pucker element out of it? What if I could now decide, okay, here's this design. It's an amazing design. How do I want to do it? Do I want to do it on twill fabric? Do I want to do it on felt? What's the pros and cons of either one of the platforms? We're going to talk about that. And then the other thing is I have tools in PE Design that I don't have just on buying a regular patch. What if I have an amazing design of a tiger and it's huge? It's like, it fits in a 12, it fits in a 14, it's another jumbo hoop design. It fits in a 14 by 14 hoop, although now you could probably have most of that sewing field on your single needle. When you sew it out, it doesn't matter if it's multi-needle or single needle. A stitch is a stitch is a stitch. But what if I want to take that design that's large and it's one design? What if I want to split it around down the middle so that now I can put it onto a hoodie with a zipper? And again, why would I not want to actually? Maybe I want to have that be freestanding, what I call freestanding. So in that case, I'm going to use a different substrate. I'm going to use wash away stabilizer. I'm going to use probably Badge Master, but I have to put something in there to hold those stitches. So now maybe I'm going to add a layer of organza or a layer of bridal tulle or a layer of something else just to hold all those stitches together. When I wash the stabilizer away, I'm going to take like a hot knife to the actual edges, and then I'm going to free motion stitch that on that hoodie. So, but it's still a patch. Anything that's not actually stitched on it is still a patch. So those are some of the things that I'm going to address in the patches in software class, which I think I have it for, I think it starts Monday, June something. And then it's just 2 Mondays for 2 hours. The other thing is, what if you have an embroidery design? It's just a design. It's not round. It's not square. It's actually not a great shape to use the shield that's on your machine and get a good result out of it. But what if I want to create my own patch background in software and then merge that design? And that might sound easy, but if you think about it, if it's a purchase design, you're not going to be able to use some of the remove overlap tools. But what if you could do something else to cut a hole in the patch that you made and plop that design in it so now it's seamless? That design is now part of the background you created and it's your own patch. So those are the kind of things we're going to do in the patches in software. The requirement is we will be using PE Design or Palette 11, so you must have one of those softwares. The prerequisite is that you should have already taken the PE Design 11 and Palette 11 software for newbies or Software 101 class, because we're going to use a lot of the tools that we teach in that class. And that's the whole idea of having a class where it teaches you the tools and not just a project. It's helpful. I had also recommended that you actually finished the class and turned in your homework, because that was kind of one of the tests of the last class, was a test of putting of 5 projects that put all the tools that we learned in software together, where you created something else. And I had to know that you actually have some knowledge of those tools. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, life gets busy. I get it. 10 weeks in a row with homework is sometimes difficult, but the continuity of actually opening your software more than just once a year is what helps you create and helps you learn your software. So if that was clear as mud, great. The Patches and Software is up on the website for the store for a 2-hour class. And I believe I think it's a Monday, in June, and it's 2 consecutive Mondays for 2 hours. I do record the classes. You get access to the recordings forever and ever. For the software classes, I do recommend that you have a Facebook page, because that way it allows us to critique. It allows me to see your work. It allows me to answer questions and not have to go 12 places at night to try to find who asked a question where, and maybe somebody else in the class has the same question. So I do kind of encourage that. Definitely for the Software 101 classes, because it's been paramount. Anybody that's taken the class will tell you that that Facebook group is not just a fluffy Facebook group. It's a Facebook group where if you ask a question, sometimes I will answer it with a recorded video. And then, you know, they were able to kind of help each other out and critique each other's work, as long as with some recommendations from me. So if you want more information, the Software Class 101 is up. It starts in September I think it's the second Monday in September, I guess, and runs for 10 consecutive Mondays. Again, everything is going to be recorded. In all software classes, they are recorded, and you get the recordings, access to the recordings forever. So I don't take anything down. All right, let's see. Hello. Patches for a single needle non-brother. Yes, that is coming. So that would be kind of like the patches that we did in Artspira, but I would be requesting that you bought a patch kind of design, and we'll make 2 patches in class. I like to do 2 because sometimes patches are fun if it has like the traditional patch thing around the outside edge where it's got the satin stitch. But sometimes you got to get out of the box. Sometimes just doing it on a fabric, doing a patch on a fabric that is designed to hold patch stitches, like poly patch twill or some other type of patch twill. You don't have to have that. You can just trim it, because the fabric doesn't fray, so it kind of gives you a different look. So you can do the patch kit class on the sketch. Yes. Okay. Super. Any other questions? Just reach out. I am here today and tomorrow. I'm in class this morning. So if you have a question, now's not a good time. I have like 10 minutes before I start a class. But this afternoon I'm here, and tomorrow I am here as well. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.